Welcome again. Now I want to discuss about something which is bullish about Palantir. If you look at about 1 year ago, actually about 2 years ago, if anyone told you that Palantir could hit $70 or even $100, it would be considered an impossibility. But then if you've been following us here on the channel, you know that our first bullish stance was around 40, 70, then 100 at the time when Palantir was still far from that. Now the big question to answer now is, could Palantir hit 1,300, and is that a possibility or it is out of question, and how best can it occur, and what do I think about the stock currently? Now we see that what makes Palantir so interesting is that the company is delivering that kind of growth that investors usually only dream about at this scale, and we see that it had monster Q1 2026 results, and we also see that it had GAAP EPS of 0.34, adjusted operating margin of 60, and a rule of 40, score of 145%. Now, so the quarter matters because it shows Palantir is no longer just a promising AI name. It is producing real revenue at scale, real profits, and real cash generation. So we also see that the stock reaction also tells you the market is not just buying the stock blindly, as we see that the full year 2026 revenue forecast is 7.65 to 7.66 billion. And you also see that Palantir stock has been down around 18% year to date, even after strong print, but the disconnect is the whole debate that the business is accelerating, but the market is asking whether valuation is already too far ahead of fundamentals. Now this is something that has been said for a long time, ever since Palantir was still below $50, if I remember well. So now we look at I think that is the right way to frame Palantir now. We can see that the bull case states with the fact that Palantir's demand is still being driven by two massive engines, the US government and the US commercial adaptation. Now, my thinking or my prediction is that the commercial revenue is going to surpass the government revenue in the next 2 to 3 years, actually much higher than it is right now. And as we see Alex Karp describing US as the center of the company's business, and also the numbers support that, as we see that US government revenue grew from already strong levels, and also the commercial segment is exploding higher. So we see that also the government side, Palantir recently secured a $300 million contract with the US Department of Agriculture, which is not just cosmetic win, but kind of contract that can support durable revenue and reinforce the company's strategic position into the federal ecosystem. Yeah, so this shows you that Palantir is not just entering into government military, but is also in the other side of agriculture and immigration and much more. So, and on the commercial side, we see the growth is even more explosive, with US commercial revenue jumping 133% to $595 million in Q1. And it's raised full year US commercial revenue outlook to at least $3.224 billion, implying at least 120% growth for the year. So my prediction here is in the next 10 years, we could actually see this grow more than 10x, that is around 1,200% growth, because Palantir's usefulness is actually coming in higher and higher, and what I see is that even with the current threats of Anthropic, it is really much, by the time Anthropic catches up with Palantir, it will still be very, very far. 20 years in the field is not something that is easily caught up with within just a day. So we also see that there's also a broader strategic argument that bulls like to make, which is really that Palantir spent years building a platform that's not just about models or just data plumbing, workflows, permissions, deployment, and decision making. And so we see that this is where the company keeps talking about ontology, operational AI, and mission critical systems rather than generic chatbot features. So looking at the market where many AI names are being judged on whether they are merely wrappers around someone else's model, so Palantir's argument is that it's selling something much deeper and the operating layer that makes AI useful inside real institutions. And it's a powerful positioning story, especially when the customer is a government agency or large enterprise that cannot afford mistakes. So Palantir is actually showing that it has a very excellent product, and in my view, this product is going to continue expanding and expanding as the years go by. So whereas analysts put price targets of as low as 70, like the Jeffries, and others are putting at 225. Now you have to remember that even before Palantir hit 200, when I used to say it on the channel, people thought I was crazy. Actually, that is last year, and they could not believe it could happen. So today's price target that I want to discuss is how Palantir could hit 1,300 per share. So now Palantir is trading at 133. So to reach 133, it would need to rise around 9.73x from here, which would imply a market cap of around 3.34 trillion. Yeah. When you look at Dan Ives, he really predicts Palantir could be a $1 trillion company in the next 2 to 3 years, which I agree, but could even be much earlier than that. So if we base on that, we see that double that or 3 times that, which could be like 10x, could mean Palantir could be in 1,300 by that time. And so, looking at the current price that I'm talking about, that would require 57.6% annualized returns for 5 years, or 25.6% annualized for 10 years, or 16.4% annualized for 15 years, or 12% annualized for 20 years. Yeah, so that is possible. The only thing is that it may take a longer duration with very high execution outcomes. So I still believe it is possible, and for the bulls who may be there for long term, I think it is not out of question. Let me know what you think about my price target, and is it really possible, and do you think Palantir can achieve it? Thank you. Remember, God loves you and wants you to be his child. And also, put God first in everything. Please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.